Hi everyone. So we're back after having a couple of weeks break, and I just wanted to just touch base with you and say hi before the weekend, and let you know of a couple of new things, a couple of exciting things that we've got planned for the next couple of Sundays. We said on our roadmap, we said we will constantly review what we're doing to make sure it's meeting the need and to make sure it's serving both people who are coming and people who are watching online services. So for this weekend, we felt that we could kind of tweak things a little bit, adjust things a little bit, so that we focus more on those that are in person in church and actually do some creative things to engage in worship. And also, I think those things will really connect well with those of you who still don't feel comfortable yet to come to church. So just to kind of give you a heads up, so if you are thinking about coming or not this Sunday, can I encourage you to come? And even in the midst of the restrictions and the limitations of being together, I still think it's a really valuable experience for us to be together and to be there present in Jesus' name. So we're going to do some few new things. So I just wanted to let you know about that first of all for this Sunday. Second thing is next Sunday, which we're quite excited about this, we've got the opportunity to gather our church, just our flock, at the Big Sheep in an outside space that they use for kind of outside shows. And we've got Matt Parsons booked in to speak next Sunday. We can gather together. There's some seating. There's undercover. There's grass for picnic, rugs to sit down on. We've got chairs to put out on the grass as well, and we can space everyone out so that we're safely distributed. But the main thing about doing this is just it gives us a chance to get as many of us who are comfortable together in an outside space. And now the government have updated their guidance. We can sing and we can worship together with our songs outside. So we thought it would be just such a good thing to get everyone together on Sunday the 2nd. So it's next Sunday, and we're going to be doing it in the morning. So in place of our usual live stream, we're going to be meeting there at 11 o'clock. We will record parts of it so that we can put it out in a stream later on in the day for those that really can't come, so you won't miss out. But if you are available and you'd like to come, we'll send you more details in an email. But I just wanted to kind of let you know that was happening, because I think it'd be a really good thing to get us together to worship and to hear from Matt. And just to see each other's faces without masks and in the fresh air in a safe social space. So we'll let you know all the details to book in and everything for that. But that I thought would just be good to know that that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. So coming back, thinking again to Sunday this week, if you've been kind of umming and ahhing about being there in person amidst the restrictions, I shared a little encouragement back in September as we were preparing back then, just about empowering us so that even though we can't sing when we're inside the building together, we can still worship, we can still encourage one another and be present. So I wanted to just share a few of those things that I shared back in September that I hope will just give you maybe a new view, maybe a different view on the value of being together, and that when you do come, that you're empowered and equipped to worship even without the songs. It would be really great to see as many of you as possible that could be there this Sunday, because we've got some good songs planned. We've been working on the sound. I know that we've had a few challenges with the sound, so for those at home, it's been sometimes difficult to engage. We're trying to work those things out so that it's still a great experience at home as well. But yeah, so hope this encouragement helps. I'm going to kind of play that next, and then I'll come and see you at the end. So all right, God bless. We'll see you in a minute. So we all know praise and worship is important. We all know praise is important. I love what it says in Psalm 67 verse 5. It says, "Let all the peoples praise you. Let all the peoples praise you." There's just this kind of thing that resonates through the word about praise to God. He's so worthy of our praises and loves to hear our praises. And but there's more to praise and worship than just our singing. And I think just for us to be able to think about that for when we come together, to feel like we're equipped to praise and worship and express praise and worship in a way without singing, so that we don't feel like victims in the situation, but actually we can overcome. We can still express our worship to God. I've been watching The Chosen recently. I don't know if you've seen that, the new kind of show about Jesus and the disciples, and really recommend it. It's fantastic. Just gives a great insight about Jesus and the disciples and how that whole journey unfolded for them. But there was one bit in the last episode of the first season where Jesus was with the woman at the well, and he was talking to her, and he said there's a time coming where worship will be in spirit and in truth. It won't be about it won't be limited, to certain places or with certain rituals or, with the temple or here and there on this mountain or that mountain. Actually, but worship will be in spirit and in truth. And actually, the Father is seeking worshippers like that. And isn't that we live in the fulfillment of those times? We live now in this new relationship with God through Jesus, through the Holy Spirit, where we can express worship in spirit and in truth. We're not limited, we're not contained, we're not restricted. We can, it's about giving Him our all, and that can take many different forms. And I love what Jesus said. He said, actually, the Father is seeking worshippers like that. So the first thing I wanted to just encourage you with is actually God's not. The Father's not after your songs. He's not after your singing. He's seeking worshippers, not worship. Father isn't seeking worship. He's seeking worshippers. He's seeking relationship with us. So actually, even just by us turning up to a gathering in His name, gathering as a church, wherever it may be, and we're bringing ourselves in worship, we're bringing ourselves to Him. That is the most powerful expression of worship. We're offering ourselves to Him. Goes on to say, doesn't it? It brings to mind immediately Romans 12 verse 1, where it says, "So dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all that He has done for you. Let them be a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to the Lord, the kind He will find acceptable. This is truly the way we worship Him." So when we come together again, first thing I want to encourage you to think about is actually your presence there is an act of worship. Your giving of yourself, giving of your time, giving of your just your physical being there to be with the family of God. That is a valuable expression of worship. Before you've even said or sung or done anything, that's wonderful. God's after our hearts, isn't He? He's after our lives and our hearts. Second thing, in Ephesians 5, it says, this is encouragement. It says, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs among yourselves. For a moment, that's going to be off the table for a bit, but then it goes on to say, and making music to the Lord in your hearts. There's something about a song in the heart, isn't it? Where when you get a song stuck in your head, that can be annoying, but it can also be a good thing when God just stirs you and reminds you of perhaps an old praise song or something like that, and you're making melody in your heart to the Lord. You're singing in your heart to the Lord. When we come together, when we're listening to the worship team, perhaps leading a song, you can sing in your heart to the Lord. You can make melody in your hearts to God, and it doesn't have to come out of our mouths. We can hum, fair enough, that'll be good. But you can make melody in your heart to the Lord. So that's the second thing we can do. And obviously, the third thing is we have, in offering our bodies, yes, that's about our whole lives and everything else. But, we have a physical body. We can lift our hands to the Lord. We can dance if you feel like you're free enough and you're not embarrassed to dance. You can dance, you can sway, we can clap. We can just kneel, and even just in silence. There's times when, I'm sure you've experienced it too, when there's just actually all you end up being able to do in worship is just to lift your hands and be silent and be still before God. So we can find ways of, and if you're not a particularly expressive person physically like that, maybe it's the chance now, maybe it's the time now to push yourself a little bit, to maybe experiment with something new, maybe lift a hand a little bit. Maybe just clap a little bit, maybe sway, and if you feel really in kind of encouraged, you can dance a little bit. But those three things, I hope that helps. Firstly, just You being there, the Father's seeking worshippers. He's seeking you. Your presence there is an act of worship. The offering of your life to Him. Second, making melody in your heart to the Lord. And on that point, I forgot to say, there's so many times in the scriptures where it says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul," and the old hymn, "Then sings my soul." That's about kind of an inward song to God. So practice that too. And then the final thing, physical expressions of worship with our hands and clapping. That's good. So as we look ahead to gathering together, I hope that helps a little bit. And, just the wonderful promise comes into effect for us that Jesus says, when 2 or 3 gather in my name, He is there in the midst. There's a special presence of God when we gather in His name, when we bring our agreement together. So we look forward to that. And it also says, that God inhabits the praises of His people. We very much think that that's just about singing, but actually, as we express our praise, there's that promise that He will inhabit. He reveals Himself to us in a greater way. So thanks for sticking around and watching that. I really hope that's helped give you an encouragement and you feel equipped to be in person in worship, even without the opportunity to sing. So I really look forward to seeing you this weekend if you're able to come, and if not, next weekend at the Big Sheep. That would be fantastic to gather as many as we can. We'll even perhaps be able to stay for a picnic afterwards if we can bring some food. So we'll let you know all the details and confirm that soon. So God bless for now, and we'll look forward to catching you soon. All right, bye bye for now.